Florida deputy questions why black couple is on their own property and handcuffs the husband. So I want to play this.
You own this? Y'all own this property?
Yes, we here, ain't we?
That doesn't mean you own it.
We own it.
Let me see your IDs.
You need to get off our property.
Let me see your IDs
Get
now.
off our property.
Let me see your IDs now.
Get off our property, sir.
So you can get off our property.
Put the car in drive. Put the car in park.
No, you need to get off our property.
Don't get upset, baby.
67. Send me another unit. 51. You're non-cooperative.
Off our property. That's crazy what he got going on. You come pull in our property and tell us get our ID. Get off our property, man. You no trespass.
Give me your ID.
No. Give him the ID. Give him the ID.
No trespass.
Let me see what's your name, sir?
My last name is Artman, ARTMAN. My ID number is 6057.
No.
Get off our property.
No, baby. Give me your ID.
No, you need to do. Get off our property now.
Please.
Ma'am, do you have your ID as well?
No, I have to go back down to where I write down your.
That's fine. I can just write down your information. That's fine.
Why is you here?
The new construction house. I see a vehicle sitting out front
And
running
this is
with the
our
lights on.
house. This is my home.
Hey, calm down. If it's your home now,
Wrong for pulling up in the house.
Baby, no. I'm going to call 911 myself.
Call him, baby, now.
I am.
You wrong. You did racial
Cut
profile.
off, baby.
I didn't know who was driving it.
Did.
Cut off.
I don't like that
Don't do
shit.
that. No.
Stay the fuck off our property. Get off our property, man. That's all you got to do.
No, I'm going to call
We
911.
told you we own it. We
Ma'am.
own it. Call him, baby.
Ma'am,
I'm
Call
calling
him.
now.
ma'am, what's your first name?
Call him.
No, I'm calling 911.
You dead ass wrong. You dead ass wrong.
Listen, until I can verify this is your property, I'm conducting
You
a
ain't
criminal
got to do
investigation. Therefore, you need to provide me with your
No,
name.
it's not a criminal investigation.
You ain't connecting shit because nothing been stolen around here. Nothing.
I'm sorry, yes, ma'am.
6 or
Yes,
7.
I have
Subjects
a
are
police
calling
officer on our
911.
property, and he's
refusing to
saying
provide
that
information.
we are, I don't know, but he's on our property telling us we don't live here. Can you have somebody come out here right away?
We don't own our property.
The address is 17335
That's crazy.
North Highway
Just pull up in
329
somebody's property in the rain.
Reddick.
You think I want to be out here standing in the
You
rain?
dead ass wrong, man. You dead ass fucking
I don't know why
wrong.
you gotta be hostile. I'm trying to do my job.
You being fucking hostile now.
I'm not being hostile.
Because you just put up on our fucking property and acting like we don't own that.
Wait, he cannot hear me.
You dead ass wrong.
It's
Hey, stay in the car. Stay in the car.
This is
Get
my
back in the car.
property, man.
Get back in the car now.
This is my property.
Sit back
Dead
down
ass
in the
wrong.
car.
I ain't being detained.
Sit
This
back
is my
down. Yes,
property.
you are. Until I can verify you
No,
own
you
the
done
property,
verified.
sit
You
back
done
down in the
read
car.
it in my name already.
All right, hands on your back. You're being detained right now. Hands on your back. Drop
Drop my phone.
it. Drop it.
Drop my
Put the
phone.
phone in the car. Put the phone in the
Drop my
car.
phone.
Drop the wallet.
Yeah.
Hands on your back.
This is my phone. You brought
Hands on your back.
I'm
Right now, you're being detained.
gonna sue
Okay.
you. No, I'm gonna sue you. I'm gonna sue you.
I'm getting out too, because he's gonna arrest me too. Arrest me too. Put me in here.
Oh.
All right. So just a quick follow up. So
May I just make a quick reaction?
no, 1 second, because the video is actually 20 minutes long. But when his supervisor did come, the cop explains to the supervisor that he had no probable cause to approach the black man, and the black man was released.
Well, I would disagree. Let me say this. Personal experience. It's been about 4 or 5 years ago. You've seen my front drive. It's a circle. It goes in front of my house and back to the street, 2 places, lots of trees, right? Well, I drive up one morning about 2:30 a.m. and there's a car parked in my driveway. So I drove past my property and parked next door, and I walked back and I knocked on the window. I said, "What are you doing?" "Well, we live here. This is our property." I own the property. I know they don't live there. I'm not renting to anybody, but they sounded just like these two. So I know because I actually have a vested interest. It's my private property interests that are being invaded. So I know the answer. But if a cop had come by, I would have appreciated him rousting them and getting them out of my driveway. So when you are sitting in the car, engine running, remember there are high crime areas where this area of Florida has rampant high crime. There's a lot of lawlessness, and we expect these cops to try to do something to tamp down on the lawlessness. It looks strange. So even though his supervisor is being politically correct, legally, the officer was within his mandate to go say, "Who are you?" And what I saw was a lot of people these days just think that there is no civility. All of this could have been avoided by, "Sure, officer, here, let me give you my ID. This is our property. Here's our ID. And you will see on the driver's license, it's giving this address." How quick would that have been? So why do we go through all of this because somebody cops an attitude from the light going green, and we'll see how quickly we can do the quarter of a mile to get from civility to incivility.
Well, it says here Freddie and Navangela Jackson say they were sitting in their car on their property in Flemington when Deputy Riley Artman approached and asked for their ID and proof of ownership. Freddie showed his ID with his address, but the deputy still told him to get back inside the car. Despite
Well,
despite
yeah, but you see, here's the, let me give you the other caveat here. You just can't walk up on somebody, cop or otherwise. But if you have a reason, that opens the door to some other things. Oftentimes, what goes on, you get a man and a woman sitting out there, the guy's got an active warrant on him. You've been looking for him. There he is. You now have an excuse to ask him for his ID because it looks suspicious, and officers are entitled to act upon suspicion. So once you get his ID, you might want to run it through NCIC to see if there are any wants and warrants. So that is good police work.
It says, despite confirming that Jackson lived there, Deputy Artman handcuffed him and put him in the back of his
Not what I
car.
saw. Ask him to go along with.
Oh, we didn't see the whole 20 minutes. This is just
But I just saw what led up to him being asked to put his phone back in the car, get back in the car, because at that point he does have cause to demand that they identify themselves. Now they make the connection with the property, but as a good law enforcement officer, he needs to run the ID to see if there are any wants and warrants, which may be the case. And the check had not come back. So it could have been totally different picture if somebody just accepted the offense and said, "These guys are here trying to keep law and order where I live." Now,
it says here the body camera footage shows the deputy checking the property permit and then releasing Jackson after a short detention.
check the property permit. Do you have a copy of the deed on hand? If you called, and that's not really the issue. He just wants the guy to identify himself, the woman too. That's point one. He's got an excuse to do that. Once he gets the excuse, good police work is let's see if we have any wants and warrants. So all they have to do, that could have been stopped. This officer, may we help you? Well, yes, you appear suspicious, which is not much different from what I heard.
So Mrs. Jackson, the wife, says, you see two black people in an old car by a new building and you think they don't belong there. The Marion County Sheriff Office declined to comment on the situation. It remains unclear if the deputy's action will be reviewed for policy violation. Meanwhile, the Jacksons have contacted a lawyer and plan to file a lawsuit. So the question,
basis?
On the basis of, I guess, it's my property. Okay, so here's the question. What reasons, or do a police officer need a reason to ask you, let me see your ID, without probable cause?
Where does he find them?
On their property,
Where does he find them?
Sitting in a car.
You're in a car under every single state in the union that's operating a motor vehicle. whether or not you're parked or otherwise, whether or not you're in a driveway, a public or private parking lot, boulevard, avenue, street, alleyway, bridge, expressway, highway, freeway, toll road, it doesn't make any difference. You're in control of a vehicle. When you're in control of a vehicle, what does the officer have a right or an ability to do?
Oh,
Demand you show your driver's license.
the question I'm asking, if I'm in my driveway,
Look,
an
let
officer,
me say this.
so can an officer come onto a property and ask for ID?
Yes, if you're in a vehicle, quite often, you know what usually comes out of a situation like that? Somebody's got a DUI case. Well, I was in my driveway. Well, but you were in control of the vehicle. You had access to keys. You were sitting in the front seat, even if you were asleep. So, under the law of most states, that gives the officer an opportunity and an obligation to inquire. You get a lot of DUI cases that come out of that. Somebody is in their driveway asleep, and an officer comes up to see what's happened. Oftentimes, you see somebody slumped over in a car. What's happened? Somebody's got a bullet in their head or they're dead. So he's investigating. That's his obligation. So once he finds you in control of a vehicle, when there are suspicious circumstances, in other words, a car that doesn't match the neighborhood or the building or whatever, and somebody's under control doing whatever they're doing, he can inquire. That's just like you're parked at a stop sign. You mean to tell me if you're parked at a stop sign and he's watching you stay there through quite some time, he can't come up and say, "Excuse me, may I help you? What you seem to have a problem? Well, let me see your ID." They are in control of a vehicle. That is what's taught to a lot of cops. You find people in their front yards, in their vehicles, who are capable of, well, I'm going to go get myself another beer, or I'm going to get myself another short dog. And they crank the key up and they drive drunk or under the influence, and you've got a critical situation that develops. So you've got things that allow the officer to make an inquiry. Let me see who are you? Show your license. You are in control under state law of a motor vehicle, even if you are in your driveway. I don't know whether you're getting ready to back out, but I've been watching you for a while. What are you doing? I'm looking at the building. I'm looking at the car. Good police work. Do we have somebody that's coming in there who is going to burglarize the place, which might be a boon for the homeowner? Let's say he wasn't somebody who really lived there and the officer did nothing, and the homeowner comes back, or the person that owns the property interest comes back, and he's got a burglarized home. That's very upsetting. So if this officer hadn't done what he did, he would have been derelict. And he sounded awful polite to me.
Okay.
And this is, what have I said how many times? A lot of our problem is today we have people who are not properly socialized and acculturated to deal with other folk. They have overt hostilities, negative body language, negative tone of voice, and it causes the situation to escalate. All they had to do, instead of all of that rhetoric, is just, here's my license. We live here. See? And if they just done that, the officer probably would have said, well, I'm sorry, I was just checking, make the neighborhood, keep the neighborhood safe. But you see, when you get to sounding like that, somebody who doesn't know anything and their ignorance may say, oh, they had a right to be upset. But like I said, I see somebody on my own property, and you've seen it, and I know they don't belong. So when I approached them, they said they lived here. I said, oh, no.